Imagine you're on the biggest stage in music. You just won a Grammy for Best New Artist. And instead of the usual thank yous, you throw down a challenge to sum up the most powerful people in the business.
Zeus, we must do something.
That's exactly what happened at the 2025 Grammys with rising star Chappell Roan. In this video, we're breaking down how Chappell Roan used her acceptance speech to call out the music industry. Yep, you heard that right. We'll dig into why this even matters and what it says about the music industry's future, and whether artists should be treated as employees or independent contractors. Get ready for an inside look at the question that might just flip the entire music industry on its head.
I told myself if I ever won a Grammy and I got to stand up here in front of the most powerful people in music,
Okay, it's February 2025, and the Grammys are in full swing. Chappell Roan steps onto the stage, glam outfit, tears in her eyes, completely overwhelmed. She just beat some of the biggest names in the category. She says her usual thank yous to the other nominees, but then, plot twist, she basically tells the entire music industry, listen up, record labels, it's time to start treating your artists like actual employees. Health insurance, livable wages, the whole package. That's a mic drop if I have ever seen one. While everyone else was thanking their managers, their stylists, their adorable dogs and cats back home, Chappell Roan took a massive swing at the system. The moment was so raw and shocking, it's bound to go down in Grammy history. Now let's get a little more specific into what happened at the Grammys. So Chappell Roan said, and I quote, "Labels and the industry profiting millions of dollars off of artists should offer a livable wage and healthcare, especially to developing artists. If that doesn't send a wave of panic through label boardrooms, I do not know what will." She also talked about being signed as a minor, a literal teen living her dream, only to be dropped later with no job experience, no health insurance during the pandemic. And that meant no safety net, which she called devastating and betrayed by the system. Now, it's not every day that you see a brand new Grammy winner absolutely challenge the machine that is the music industry. That's the same industry that helped them get there in the first place. And she didn't stop there. She closed her speech with, quote, "Labels, we've got you, but do you got us?" Honestly, that gives me chills. That's the moment that people in the front row started shifting uncomfortably in their seats.
It's the mind-boggling.
All right, so let's get legal for a second. Is an artist an employee or an independent contractor? This question has been buzzing around the industry for decades. If you're an employee, you usually get benefits like health insurance, maybe a retirement plan, paid time off, etc. But if you are an independent contractor, you basically sign a contract to deliver certain services, and the label can pay you per album without giving you any of those benefits. And guess what? Most record deals treat artists as independent contractors because from a label's perspective, it's more cost efficient. No insurance, no 401k, no monthly benefit statements. They can give you an advance, have you make an album, and if you flop, well, good luck in the real world. But if the label is directing every aspect of your life, your tour schedule, your promo appearances, your social media posts, maybe even your wardrobe choices, then that could start to look like employment. Because if you are controlling everything about a worker, that's a big factor in calling them an employee under a bunch of laws, especially in California. Now, why does this even matter? Because let's be real, being a musician isn't just about sipping champagne in VIP lounges. It's exhausting. There's touring, late night recording sessions, interviews, social media content demands. And let's not even talk about the mental strain of dealing with fan expectations in the tabloids. Can't even imagine. Health insurance helps offset those medical costs that if you break a leg on stage, and hey, that happens, you lose your voice, or you need mental health support to cope with the pressures of fame. Think about it. The label profits from your music, your brand, and your grueling schedule. So if you end up hospitalized from burnout, should you be footing the bill alone? So how might the big record labels react to all this? Some are probably saying, great speech, Chappell. Now can we get back to business? Others might be thinking, we can't ignore this. There's a big PR angle here. And you can be sure that lawyers across the industry are bracing for potential lawsuits if more artists step up and say, hey, you actually owe me these benefits. Now, I'm no fortune teller, but I do predict that we might see label contracts that are either adding some of these basic benefits or maybe even draw an even clearer line in the sand about how it will treat their artists. If enough high-profile artists unite on this issue, labels might have to adapt, unless they want an exodus of talent or a tsunami of legal battles. Now, if you're a fan of Chappell Roan, you know she is not shy to speaking her mind. She also used the Grammys red carpet to talk about civil rights. This willingness to tackle tough topics shows she is serious about using her platform for change. And whether you agree or not, it's definitely making waves. So what's next? We can anticipate a bigger conversation around label accountability. Is it fair or even moral to treat artists who make money as much as these artists often do as expendable contractors? We could see union-like efforts from artists demanding better terms or maybe even legislative action to define a standard for the music industry. I mean, it's honestly a possibility. Basically, Chappell Roan used her Grammy spotlight to highlight a massive gap in how record labels support their artists. She tossed out a crucial question. If labels are making millions of dollars off artists, shouldn't they at least offer basic benefits like health insurance? After all, your voice is your livelihood. Why not protect it with something more than just a pat on the back? If this resonates with you, or if you think record labels need to catch up with the times, let me know in the comments below. Do you think artists should be treated as employees, or do you think that the independent contractor model still makes sense in this crazy, unpredictable music industry? Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm AttorneyAndrea.